Hello, I'm Alena, and here I'm just help you to study English and why it's so important to focus on listening, grammar, vocabulary, and so on. Here I am. I just want to talk to you about listening aspect and why it's so important. Actually, my students, sometimes for them really it's difficult to focus on some listening part, especially if this listening is not appropriate according to their level. Yeah, that's why I always I always tell everyone that please, if you want to understand something in English or like in Chinese and so on, you need to be sure that you are listening that material or something like that according to your level. That is the crucial thing, really. The first important key to find that material that is appropriate to your level. For example, I'm a teacher of English, but I also have a hobby, like psychology, yoga, and so on. Sometimes I can just open YouTube and write down something interesting about yoga, yes, or something unusual in psychology, like for my level, because I'm not a doctor. Yeah, that's why you need to be sure that you have something according to your level. It was the first key. The second key, just concentrate what you are listening. For example, I have a student of mine and she likes reading books, and it's like her hobby. And now her level is approximately like A1, A2, like elementary, pre-intermediate, something like that. And when I send some book, yes, according to her level, she tries to read this book and she tries to find unknown words. When she has these unknown words in her list, we try to discuss them. Not just learn this according to the list. Nope. We just try to find these words in the context. For example, the word apple, yeah, the most common word, apple. And we take this word and she tries to find again this word in the text that she has already read, yes, previously. And she finds this word, yes, in this context, and then she tries to to retail this sentence to me. She tries to tell me what she remembers from that context with that word apple. Yes. Reading to the second, as you remember, yes, you can find the words, you can just repeat them, from the context and so on. But why it's so important to find some words in the context, yes, and how actually it's related to the listening part? I can tell you. First of all, listening, it's not just only when you listen something, yes, immediately, it's some moment. No, guys, listening also you can practice when you find some words, unknown words, yes, and then as for example apple, yeah, from the second key, you take this word, you find this in the context, and then you can find these words, in Google Translator, for example, in Cambridge Dictionary, and you can listen to this word as much as possible. Main idea from this key, words equal context, and then you can find this in extra online dictionary to pronounce this word. What about some, sounds and so on? The first key, I guess it's very important. When you just listen to some audio or some podcast, yes, you can try to write down what you can hear. Really, that's very important. Of course, you don't need to write down the whole story or something like that. No way. Only, the first sentence, the second one, why not? To accept some part from listening, yes, to your mind. That's why in this case, that's important to write down. And then when you just wrote it down, you can find the words where you, for example, had some mistakes. It can be, why not, but it's practice. Now let's just to sum up all these 4 keys. Actually, the most important part that you don't need to focus only listening part, I mean from only listening materials, yes? You can also find some vocabulary from books, why not, yes? And you can take these words and find them in some online dictionary. That's very important because you need to be sure that you can pronounce it correctly. After this, you can also to find this vocabulary in the context again, because you need to remember this word and you need to remember the pronunciation of this word. Yep. And after all this part, write down some sentences and words that you can hear from audio material. That's very important, yes? You can write down this. And then when you wrote it down, you can find, yes, some words, something like that. And you can just to be sure that you wrote it correctly, yes? And then you can listen it again, yes? And just when you are listening this, you can be sure that you have the same idea that, for example, in the audio. That is a very small part, according to my experience, really. That is very small part. But I just want to ask you about some like favor. I want to be sure that you really like it, and maybe you want to get some more information. I know, maybe about I know, like A1, A2 level. Yes, maybe you want to get more information for intermediate level. Why not? So you can just to leave your comments, your ideas, and I'll be very happy, really, because I'm sure that it helps me to be sure that I can share really appropriate information. And of course, it's very, I guess, useful for you. And I'm sure that if you want to get more information, please just write me and I'll be happy, really. So enjoy your time, practice English, and be sure that everything will be fine, really. See ya! 再见!